Come on in, everybody. Welcome to my channel, The Nerdy Magpie. Make yourself at home, grab a beverage and a snack, grab your favorite stitching or your current craft, and let's talk about how my week was and how your week is. So, how was my week? My week was pretty good. It was busy, but it was good. Um, I found out why I have not been wanting to stitch, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And I am kind of in a slump. Talk about that in a few minutes. Also, I'll give you a Wyatt update. Wyatt is our little puppy. It was my, if you're new here, I had a little companion. Her name was Flossie. She was a toy black poodle, and she was a rescue, and she passed away, giving birth to Wyatt. He had to come C-section, so we've been raising him now for 6.5 weeks. He's getting so big. I will have my husband either insert a video or a picture of him. He's starting to eat. He's getting his teeth in, so he's been teething. And yes, puppies do teeth. Uh, I'm learning so much from being his mom from minute one. He's learning to go potty on his grass pad. He's really tiny. He's probably not even a pound yet. His mama was only about 3.5 pounds. His ears are starting to stick up. We're pretty sure he's a crusty pool, which is a Chinese crested toy poodle. So we know he was a toy poodle from his mama. And the Chinese crested, we're pretty sure because he doesn't have a lot of hair. My husband says he looks like Rod Stewart with his hair sticking up. People just can't believe how cute he is. We take him everywhere with us because we're still feeding him milk out of a bottle and things. So he's such a sweet puppy. Um, so yeah, it's been very busy trying to get him to eat and trying to get him on a schedule, which is not doing too well because my husband, this is his puppy, and I mean, I love him too, but my husband just cannot get enough of him. So my husband's been staying up with him at night, and it's a whole thing. So, but the other thing is it's been very hot and humid here, so I've been staying inside. Um, this humidity, it'll make you very sick in an instant. You will get like the flu from the humidity. So it's best to just stay inside from between 10 and 4 if you can. Um, we started a little garden, just experimental. We've never done gardening before. And we gotten, my husband was so excited. He came inside and said, "We've got a little watermelon growing, and one's pretty good size and one is little." And I was like, "Okay, let me see." And I went outside and I said, "That's not a watermelon, that's a cucumber." So we had stuck different things different places in there, and the cucumbers are we have one big cucumber. It's not quite ready yet, and then we have a little tiny little watermelon, and no cantaloupes yet. It looks like our, I do believe it was a pepper, has gone to seed because it's gotten flowers on the top. And um, marigolds are doing quite well in there. It's kept the bugs off, so that's been good. We did a experiment with a little kitty pool, and it seems to be doing all right. We'll see what else we get. My dill didn't do very well at all. So let's get to talking about stitching. Okay. Uh, I didn't mention it before, but this is episode number 26. It would have been 27, but my husband got a laptop for me specifically for my floss tubes, and we've had one issue after another with that thing. I taped yesterday. I recorded a floss tube yesterday, and it did not work out. because the camera's not very good on this laptop. So he went ahead and a webcam is coming um, in the next couple of days, and then he couldn't find the right editing program. He thought he would be able to transfer it over to my iPad, and it's not working. So that's why I didn't record. I did record last week, but it didn't work out. So this is like my fifth try, and so I'm hoping this will work out. So this is Floss episode number 26, and we're going to talk about whips, my works in progress, a finished object, a fully finished object, plans, uh, my featured recipe, a featured um, pattern, and what's in the box over here. So let's talk about what I've been doing this week. So I have, or the last 2 weeks, let's just say, I worked a little bit more. I was trying, the last time I recorded, I think I was talking about animal crackers Millie, and that gray color was getting to me, and that somebody on the Disorderly Stitchers Facebook group, when we had a Zoom, I was talking to them, and they said to do a length of floss or 2 lengths of floss, and so that's what I did, and I've been really enjoying it. So this is how far I am on that. I don't know if I'll have a before and after picture. I should. I will see if my husband can't put it in. I'm doing my own color way, and hopefully you can see the blue in his hat and her hat. I'm going to make these stand up. So this is on. Let me look at I've got my pattern here, and let me look on the back here. Um, I need to make a card for this. I usually have cards, and I have uh, things I put on here, but I don't see what I have here for right now. So I think that's 14 count oatmeal, Ada. I don't usually buy, um, unless I find it at a yard sale or an estate sale or a secondhand store. I don't usually buy material. I have so much. So that I think is pretty sure it's 14 count, Ada, and it's the colorway oatmeal. Okay, the next thing I have been working on is my Satsuma Street stocking, and let me get out the picture in case you haven't seen it. And it is right here, and I do have the card for that one, which is right here. I need to get busy making a card for that other one. But this is Oh What Fun by Satsuma Street. I am not changing the colors on this because I really enjoy her colors. So I like that they're bright and cheerful. And this stocking is going to be for me. I've had a stocking since I was 6 years old, and my mom's friend knitted it. There was 4 of us, and she knit all 4 of us a stocking, and I still have mine, but I'm 55 now, so it's quite old. It's still holding up, but it's quite old. So I decided I made everybody else in my family a stocking, and I decided I wanted to make myself one. So I took out the top of his bauble here because it was the wrong color, and I finished outlining this so you can see where the Santa is coming in. I was supposed, oh, I brought this, I had to take out, so I made a mistake here somewhere. Part of my problem is that I use Markup RXP, which I really, really like, but you have to offset the lines so they match up with what you're doing here. My husband figured it out for me, and so I was off one here. So this blue was coming up here and was going to go right into the middle of this, and it's supposed to go like it is right now all the way across. So I added in just one stitch here, kind of fudged it a little bit, and then it made it go across. So I'm glad I didn't have to tear out any more than that, because I have gotten quite a bit done, and I didn't want to get rid of another pattern. I had to do that with I was doing the sale. I can't remember the name right now. The sale that everybody's doing for the Declaration of Independence 250th anniversary next year. And I had done all the border and everything, and I had gone too far, and it was a big mistake. So there was nothing I could do about it. So I was pretty upset about that because I had to get rid of it. But anyway, so that's what I worked on the first 3 days of July. And then I started in on my one I decided to do for the 250th anniversary. And that I started two. I finished up so many this year. I've been trying to get done with all my older whips, and I started out with 16 at the beginning of the year, and I'm down to five, four, four left, I think. So I'm pretty happy about that. But I um, am doing. I pledge allegiance. I found this. I wish I had a picture of it. If I can figure out how to put one in, I will have my husband do that. But anyways, I got this pattern off of Etsy, and it's supposed to go all the way across and be like a frame. Well, I only decided to do this far. I kind of like that better. And it goes down here, and then I've been putting in the words here. So I'm liking it. The only thing is, I didn't think, I thought I had the right color here. So the flag on this side, the flag coming down on this side are a different color than these flags up here. But I'm not going to worry about that. It's only for me. So that's I Pledge Allegiance. I do not know. I know I bought it off of Etsy, but I can't remember the. It was only a couple dollar pattern, but anyways. So that's that one, and then the one I started on July 4th. Besides that one, is the Heritage Sampler by Plum Street Samplers, and we love America in this house. So when I heard that there was the 250th, I thought, and this was going to be, I decided to do Patriotic July with some people instead of Christmas in July. I might do 1 week of Christmas in July, but I'll talk about that, my plans. But this is not a real good picture because I ran out of colored ink, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about this one. But I really like it. It's turning out real pretty. So this is how much I've gotten done so far. This is the flower that is up in the corner. I'm just going to go with the colors that they have on here. I have changed out some. I will say that. I have changed out some. But for the most part, I'm doing the same color that they're calling for the DMC. So it's much prettier in person than it is showing on my iPad. But here are the colors. Here they are. So it's going to turn out pretty. Just a matter of when these colors come out. So I'll kind of twist them so you can see them better. But there's quite a few pretty colors in there. I think it's going to turn out real pretty. So that is what I started July 4th, and I have to get 100 stitches a day in, which I typically get more than 100 to have it done by next year, 2026. And then on Sundays, I've decided to do my cottage welcome by the Cricut collection. I want to, if we get this house, which we're going to have it inspected August 4th, then we have to have a home inspection done in order for the VA to give us a loan on the house. So if we do get this house, I would like to put this up, or any kitchen I have. But it's called Cottage Welcome. And I was watching Jeremiah's mom, Katie, and she is doing the fence with the bird houses, and you do one a month. I really like that one. I do have the pattern. I want to do it next year, but this kind of reminded me of it since I started so late in the year. And so I've gotten the rooster done here. So here's the rooster. Up, showing you the back of my work. Here's the rooster. There he is. Speaking of roosters, I know this is going a little bit off a topic, but my husband butchered our roosters, all but one, um, this week, and they were fighting too much and causing our hens not to lay eggs, and it was time for them to go. And the local butcher here, they were running so far behind. Um, they just got the USDA's approval to do chickens, so my husband decided to do it on his own, and we don't eat the skin anyway, so he just skinned them, and then we haven't tried it yet. Tried them yet. We'll have to see. But we left one rooster, and we decided to name him Lord Jack Burton Peckington the Third, and we're calling him Bert. And my husband watched them a long time, and he was the one that the others would squabble and fight and fuss around and try to get to the pan and push the ladies out of the way. And my husband decided watched, and this one just would stand by and watch the ladies and kind of guide them around and things. So we decided to keep him. So that's his name. Jack Burton um, came from Little Trouble and Big Trouble in Little China, one of our favorite movies. And Jack Burton was a uh, ladies' man. So, and then Lord Peckington, my husband came up with that. So, so anyways, getting back on subject. So I will be, as soon as I'm done with the Pledge of Allegiance. It looks like a lot more than it is. I am going to do a small, and it's pop, P-O-P, and it has, if if I can, I forgot to bring my phone up to show you the pictures, but it's a small little pillow I found for free, and it's got fireworks on it, and so I'll be doing that little one, and I think that's it for the 4th of July this year, or um, you know, celebration of our country is what I'm doing. So I don't have very many pillows and whips and things like that. So um, we will see. All right. I did have a two finishes, one kind of a finish. It's a stop, and I'll explain that. And then I did finish my year of celebration. So I did complete all 12 of them. And this was the one I was working on, June. There it is. And so I am going to show you all of them now. So here's, and I did most of these in my own colors. I didn't do the whole frame around the pictures. And this is Year of Celebration Hands-On Design. This is number 1. I think there's volume 2 out, but this is volume 1. So there's January. And what I mean by the frame, this was supposed to go all the way around, and I just decided to do the corners. I hope you can see that. He's juggling snowballs. And then here's February. March. April. May. June. July, August, September, October, and this ghost is a glow in the dark. Can't see him, but he's there. I think that's supposed to be a, he's right here. I keep pointing at the wrong thing. He's right there. He's a glow in the dark. And then November, and then December. There we go. So I finished those. Now I'll have to fully finish them. I want to make them into a perpetual calendar and put them on my sofa table that we have by the front entryway. So I have to find a perpetual calendar. I've looked at polka dot. Is it paisley and polka dots? I think so. And I can't. They're never in stock. And then I've been to Hobby Lobby several times. And then I have also went to different craft fairs. Nobody had even heard of it. And, the minute you don't need it, it'll be there and people will be selling them like crazy. So we shall see if I can find anything. And then this is my one that I am putting a stop to. I'm not filling it anymore. I'm not liking it. I off a little bit, and I think it's fine the way it is. It's Enchanted Forest by uh, Al Force Embroidery, and I started it in I think it was 2022, maybe 2023. I have everything down but that. It was 18 count Ada. My daughter dyed it this color, and the DMC did a lot of their colors, but then I made up my own. You'll find that out about me as I do a lot on my own. So I stopped about halfway, and I like it. So there it is. I think it's really cute, but just not filling the individual motifs. And I don't know. I enjoyed it at one time, but so I just finished doing the beaver, this tree right here, and this tree is off. It's supposed to be up here, and it would just be a lot to take out. And I just said, that's a good stopping point. So it's halfway. This is where it is right here in the picture. There's the tree. So I just had this half left. So I think that's a good stopping point. I'm not sure what I'll do with that. I was watching Stitching by the Shore, Laura, I do believe, and she does a scrapbook. And I thought of investigating into that because, you can only have so many pillows, you can only have so many wall hangings. I'm more of a minimalist. We live in a small basement right now and just not a lot of room. And so, um, the scrapbook thing sounded good. It's almost like I do puzzles, and they have it's almost like an artist. To me, it almost looks like an artist where you see their samples of what they've done. Um, so I'm going to look into that because I would like to get a lot. I have a whole box of finishes, and like I said, I would like to frame and make pillows or little stand ups of different things, and I'll pick those out. But the others I can put into a portfolio. That's what it's called, an artist portfolio. And that's what it reminds me of. And then my kids and my grandkids and whatever can look at them and see what Nana and Mama stitched through the years. So I'm going to look into that. Uh, and I might do that. That might be my first one that I put in a portfolio. We'll see. Uh, I did, not sure where I put it at. Let me pause you a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. My husband, he did what I asked and he did it right. I'm not going to complain, but the thing I was going to show you that I fully finished, it's under a couple of really heavy boxes and I can't get to it. So I will try to remember to show you all next week. Um, so I didn't have a lot of haul, but there was a couple of things I did get. They're stitchy related, but they're not patterns per se. The first thing I got was this project planner from Walmart. I was looking for something. I've been watching a lot of Flosstubes, and this one person said that they have a notebook where they put um, all their whips, so they know what they have and all the things that they've done for them and everything. And I do have one for my happy planner, but it's a pill to turn the pages on this happy planner. So I wanted something smaller that would sit by my chair and I could just pick it up and look and see, hey, do I have that one? Did I start it? The whole 9 yards. So that's what I've been doing this week. And I found this at Walmart. I think it was $5 maybe. It's I really like it. It's got things you can put in and things like that. And so I kind of made it my own. So like this one is My Favorite Holiday and it's by Corey Badacorey. I started it June 2023 and I put down all the flosses that I'm using for it. And then any notes. So like I put kitted with 18 count Ada. At the time I wrote this, I needed to gather up the flosses. I've had the flosses in there, but I decided to go through my master set and see how many duplicates I had and everything like that. So I had put away all this. Now I had it. So I went back and got it, but I made that note to myself. If they're custom colors, I do put down what custom colors I used and place. So I'm liking that. I need to go get another one for my crochet because my crochet thread it's getting out of control. And I also need to, I want to get another one for my knitting projects. So, anyways, so I bought that and I like it. And then the other thing I bought this week um, is these bags, and I know you've seen them before. I've had some, but anyways, these are. I do believe these are A4 and then the ones inside are A6. I could be wrong. But anyways, I bought these and what I'm doing with these is see if I can find a better one. I don't know why that doesn't have it on there. Might have come off. Goodness. Uh anyways, I also bought these tags and I'm going to put whenever I get my bookshelves up, I'm put these on the bookshelf, but I bought these tags. I thought they were reusable, but they're not. Oh well, they were good enough price. But anyways, I'm putting what's in this bag and who's it by, and then I'm putting them up on the shelf. And then when I'm ready to use them, I can just go and look and see what they are. So there's that. Okay, the next thing. So that's what I bought, and the next thing, let's go into my plans. So I'm doing Patriotic July, like I said. I'm doing a Heritage Sampler, and hopefully I'll have that done by July 2026. Then I was watching Jeremiah's mom, Katie, yesterday, and she was talking about Stitch on Orange Cell by Adelaide Stitches. And you go on her, I think it's a birthday thing. I need to make sure, but she wanted, it's a Halloween stitch along, or not a stitch along, but a sale, or however you want to call it. You stitch on whatever you want, but it has to be on orange fabric. So I found this little piece of orange fabric, and I looked and looked and looked last night to find a pattern that I wanted to do, and I found this one by the Witchy Stitcher. It's called Halloween Babies. I thought they were so cute. So I'll probably start with the crow first, and this is 14 count, might be 16 count, Ada, that my daughter dyed. I know she dyed that, so I'm going to have her make me some more, but I'm going to stitch on this one for the week whenever they start it. I'm going to stitch on this one. If you want to be a part of it, go to Adelaide Stitches, and she gives you a link to add her as a friend and message her that you want to be added to the chat for the Stitch on Orange sale, and she'll add you to the chat. I've been chatting a little bit this morning, so that was pretty nice. So also in July, another thing I'm going to be participating in is, oh, I don't know where my papers are. Let me look here. I think I put them over here. Yeah, here they are. I'm going to be doing, oh, well, I am doing the July Magazine Monthly Challenge, and the theme is Bundled Up. And oh, I wish I had, but anyways, so here it is. And I did fill all this in, and I put my goal as 1 day. So there's that. And I'm also doing I Spy by Stitching by the Shore, Laura. And here's the prompts. I've completed, I think, 3 of them so far. A fish, the color red, starts with the letter S. Let's see, let's move it this way. Starts with the letter S. Part of an ice cream flavor, something with teeth, your easiest project, a project picked by a friend, something that sparkles, something you see while camping, and 2 identical elements. So I've gotten a fish done. I did the heritage sampler. There's an eagle. I said an eagle eats fish. And then red, I did as the I pledge allegiance, because there's a lot of red in the flag. And it starts with the letter S. In the flag on heritage sampler, there's a snake in the flag, and so there's the letter S. And then part of an ice cream flavor, there is some orange, and I said orange sherbet. And then something with teeth, the people in the heritage sampler have teeth. Your easiest project, that's going to be pop, P-O-P, because it's just little. A project picked by a friend is heritage sampler, because my husband picked that one for me. Something that sparkles, I'm using pop again, because it has the fireworks in it and they sparkle. Something you see while camping, I'm using the heritage sampler, because there's water and you see water while you're camping, hopefully. And then 2 identical elements, I put pop again for P, and then there's 2 P's in the word pop. So that's what I'm going to be doing for July. And then I am going to participate in that Stitch on Orange sale. And so those are my plans. Let's go on to, I want to mention 4 cross stitch channels I really enjoy. One is Half Stitch Cross Stitch, and her name is Dina, I do believe. She's been on, I don't think 8 years maybe, but I really like her cross stitch channel. She does a daily like vlog, and then she puts it all together as one Flosstube, and sometimes she does it twice a week or twice a day, or whenever she feels like popping on. And she participates in a lot of different groups, And so she gets a lot of stitching done. And I really like her variety of stitching. And then B period, A period, Blessing Stitcher. I do believe I met her at the Crazy Woman Stitch Retreat. Um, she is, I love her finishes, and her voice is very soothing, and I like to see her stitches too, what she's stitching on. And so I really, really like her channel. She's somebody new to me, but I have enjoyed it. And then Jeremiah's mom, I watch her every Monday, and she is a good reminder of what you need to be to remind you to be kind to yourself and do what makes you happy. And I need that all the time. And then the last one is my friend Angie. I mentioned her before, and I think it's Treasure Stitches. She doesn't get to post as much as she would like because she has her grandchildren in the summer, and she's always busy with her family, but that's okay. She gets her stitches in as she's needed. And so if you want to, if you're so inclined, go and watch those ladies. And um, I did want to talk a little bit about, um, oh, oh, no, 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 I forgot. We're going to do a featured recipe and a featured pattern. I forgot all about it. Let me see where my featured recipe is. Did I throw it away? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Ooh, you think you're ready all the time and you're not. So the feature pattern, let's do that first. I was going to do no buying 25. Of course, you know that's impossible with all these people enabling me. So I decided to try to buy things that would finish up series I have. And so when I seen Twin Peak Primitives at the 1st of June had their sale going on, I decided to finish up my different series I have. So I'm doing I haven't started them yet, but I'm done. I already had science series, and I think I had summer and winter. I'm not sure, but I decided to buy the spring one. There's this one. I thought it was so cute. This, you can tell my printer was about to give up the ghost on the ink, so it's kind of, but it's really pretty. So I that's the featured one. Is by Twin Peaks Primitive, and I do like stitching their things. If you look, I just finished um, a whip I had that's stitching autumn, and uh, if you look back, you'll see it. I think it was the last Flosstube, maybe. This one is on 16 count Aida or 32 count linen, and it's 156 wide by 193 high, and it has 20 different colors, and they're all called for DMC. So if that's all you have, there you go. And one skein, it says one skein is required for each color, and you stitch it two flosses over one. And so anyways, I thought that was not too big of a pattern, and I really liked the look of it. So I will be stitching that sometime. I don't know when. I have so many patterns, way too many. But I would like to start that one. Okay, let's go on to our featured recipe. And I've been starting to do this because I'm always looking for good recipes that are tried and true. And I have tried these. I did make them. They were very, very good. They're called ranch coupon or cucumbers. Coupons. Maybe you can buy them with a coupon. I'm not sure. But it's ranch cucumbers, and Here's the cucumbers. But anyways, I'll read what it says. Ranch cucumbers are a crunchy ranch flavored treat that's super easy to whip up. Slice up mini cucumbers topped with ranch seasoning, a splash of lemon juice, and let them chill. And this is a good summer poolside treat or perfect snack or a refreshing side, which I like it as a side um, with my lunch or my dinner. So the ingredients are 4 mini cucumbers, 1 tablespoon or a packet of dry ranch seasoning mix, and a juice of a half a lemon, about a tablespoon, it says. Prepare the cucumbers. Start by thinly slicing your mini cucumbers. I personally do not like the peels, so I would peel mine. Thinner slices absorb more flavor. In a mixing bowl, combine the sliced cucumbers with the dry ranch seasoning and fresh lemon juice. I don't put as much lemon juice. I don't like it really tart. I do like that a little splash of lemon juice, but not a whole tablespoon. To me, that's just too much. Toss everything together until the cucumbers are evenly coated. If you're so inclined to eat onions, you could do a red onion, a purple onion, whatever you like. I personally do not like onions or green peppers or peppers of any kind, so there you have it. Although, my friend Angie's probably going to laugh about this, but I love tahini. And um, I probably would put tahini on that. I didn't do it this last time, but might be a good idea. Cover the bowl and refrigerate to let the flavors meld together. I did it overnight, and they're best when served cold, of course. And give the cucumbers a good mix before serving and enjoy. They said here we like mason jars for storage as they come with an airtight lid, keeping out fridge smells. And I did notice there they cucumbers do absorb the fridge smells. So, and add some red pepper flakes to the jar for some heat. So these were very, very good, and I would highly recommend those. Okay, the other thing, the last thing we're going to do is what's in the box. So let me pick out what's in the box. And what's in the box is this little thing. You might ask what this is. It does have something to do with stitching. I love this thing. I've had it for a couple of years now, and it is a wireless um, it Bluetooth printer, photo printer. And that is how I get these pictures of my patterns on these cards. And you buy the little photo paper and they go right inside, and I need to use this, but this is invaluable. I really like this one. It's by, I think it's an HP, yeah. HP, it's called Zinc, Zink. And it's really easy to fill. You just open up the lid, put your paperworks in there, shut it, and there you go. So, and then it's just a USB cord, and you just add it, or you just turn on your iPad or your iPhone and just add this. It'll link up and you just print away. And I didn't find the photo paper too expensive or anything like that. And like I said, I've been using this for a couple of years now, and I'm really, really, really enjoy this. In fact, I was going to bring it downstairs yesterday. I need to do that Millie, the elephant. I need to make a card and put this photo on there. So that is my what's in the box this week. My printer, the Zinc, Zink, HP Zinc. Okay, I want to end this segment with two things. One is I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I brought a little friend. We've had her about 3 weeks. Her name is Coco. She's 3 years old. Coco, we need to give you a little bit of a haircut. She is 3-year-old, uh, 3.5 pounds, Yorkie Terrier. I've never had one before, but she's been a good girl. We got her as a rescue. People couldn't have her anymore. The lady was very sick, and they used to raise them. So she's my constant companion. Lord knows I needed one after what happened to my Flossie. And she's fit right in, and she goes everywhere with me, and we enjoy each other. She sleeps with me, and she likes to sit right next to me. And the only thing we're having a little bit of problems with is her going potty where she shouldn't be. Not very often. Oh, what's that saying? I'm sorry. I forgive you. Don't hang your head in shame. We all make mistakes. So she is such a sweet girl. We definitely are going to have to do something with that girlfriend. That's a mess. Anyways, she's been such a good girl, and everybody loves her wherever I take her. She's helped me a lot with my anxiety. I have high anxiety, and she's helped a lot. So there she is. Coco, can you say hi? She's always here. She's very quiet. I've only heard her bark one time. She's been in the room the whole time, and she just follows me everywhere. So here she is. Say bye bye to the friends. Bye. Okay, so that's her. And um, the final thing I want to talk about is uh, my channel. I was getting a little discouraged about my channel, and I was reminded by Be a Blessing Stitcher to go back to the basics. Why did you start your channel to begin with? And the reason I started my channel was so I had a record of what I like to stitch and what I'd like to talk about for my grandchildren and my children to see when I'm gone. And hopefully that won't be for a long time, but my grandchildren live in Texas, and I talk to them somewhat most time, but they're still kind of young. But so that was my main focus, and my other focus for this channel was to be a blessing to people who might be not having, who don't have friends that like to stitch with them. I want people to feel comfortable with my channel. And so, also, I am a Christian. I don't usually talk about that on my channel. Uh, I don't talk about politics, any of that. I just keep that to myself. But I am reminded of a verse, and I would like that verse to tell you that verse when I'm down and I don't know what direction my life needs to go in. I remember this verse, and it's Jeremiah 29:11. I know the thoughts I have towards you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. And expected in this context means a rewarding end. So the Lord has a reward for us, um, and to remember that God he's there to um, be with us and to not to hurt us or to harm us. And when we go through hard times, it's because we are growing and becoming more mature. And so, and he doesn't do it for evil, but for a peace in our life and to give us rewards. And so that is I'll sign off on that, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Wyatt. Wyatt. I gave it up too easy, all right? Please.